Good morning and happy birthday to me. So today's ride basically is just a quick ride out testing my birthday present, which was the new Drift XL, the HD head cam. In the past I've had the Drift X, which was pretty good, but it had its faults and drawbacks. The main one being that the way the microphone connects into the X is via a small USB port, and it's the same port that you use for charging the X. So with constant use, if you use it a lot, like I did in the summer, or do in the summer, it breaks the USB port, not on the cable but actually in the housing of the camera. So you can't use an external mic. It lasted, I don't know, maybe it lasted for a year. Anyway, it's not a review on cameras. I'm out basically testing this camera, see if it works. Got the microphone set up and everything. If it doesn't work, I'm talking to myself at the moment. I might do a review on this camera at a later date when I've used it a bit, but already this is the very first time out. It's actually my birthday today. I don't know if I mentioned that, and I've never used this camera before, but already one of the problems is this: it's the remote control I got with it, and you can switch the recording on and off, and you can switch from different modes, from recording mode to camera, to still camera, etc. Excellent idea. Two drawbacks with it. One is the instructions doesn't tell you how to connect it to the camera. It only tells you how to connect it to the X. Is it the X or the 4K? That's it. It tells you how to connect it to the 4K. In the 4K, there is there's a facility within the camera that you can go to, click on that, and it connects. But on this, I mean, they connect via Bluetooth. But in this, you have to really work it out for yourself. You have to go into the Bluetooth, switch it on, etc., etc. It's not difficult, and there's things on YouTube that tells you how to do it. But you would think that they would tell you in the bloody instruction book. But the biggest drawback that I've found with it is the strap on the remote. I am, what am I, 6'3", 6'4", 12 stone. As you can see, there's not an inch of fat on me, look. And I struggled to get the strap around my arm. Now, there are other people out there that use them. Fat Lad on a Bike, I don't know if you watch his channel, very good, highly recommend it. But he is what he says, he's a fat lad on a bike. Now, I don't know how the bloody hell he gets that strap round his arm. So, I can't get it over my glove. So the top of the glove keeps going over the remote. So it's a bit of a peg to turn on and off. So I think what I might do is modify it to fit there onto the front of the bike. But then, you're at risk of it being stolen. So anyway, that's my gripe about it. I'm not really moaning about it, it's only little farty things. So that's it for now. Anyway, so we're going off on a little ride. Don't know where we're going to go. The weather's not exactly promising. At the moment there's a bit of blue sky, but it's not that promising. But we will later on, I think, get to somewhere interesting. So I'll put the camera back on when we get somewhere interesting, and we'll see how far we managed to go today before we get rained on, or before we get hungry. So let's just get out of here. So now approaching Llandegna Moors, 50 mile an hour speed limit, which right, slightly over, not a great deal, but we'll be okay. When we settle back down here, then there you go. There is average speed limits, average speed cameras down here, so you've got to be careful. One thing I didn't mention before was that the last time, oh Jesus, look at that. Last time I was out, there was I had a puncture. Not while I was out. I got a screw in the tyre, and I didn't find it till I got home. Pulled it out. Everything seemed fine. It didn't seem to have gone all the way in. But then a couple of days later, went to get the bike out and flat tyre. So I had to have a new tyre on the back, 660 quid. So consequently, it's only got at the moment 33 miles on the tyre. So I am captain slow at the moment. I don't intend throwing it into corners, not that I do anyway, but even less so now. Roads are damp and new tyre on the back, so I think it'd be suicidal to be throwing it around at any rate of knots. So if you think, oh my god, he's slow, that's the reason for it. That and the fact that I'm a coward. I go slow anyway. But we'll pretend it's just the tyre. So this is the infamous Llandegna Moors. I have done a video on Llandegna, which if you have a rummage round it, on the channel, you'll find it, about the ghost of Llandegna. Quite interesting. I found it interesting anyway, but I made the video. So apart from that, there's not a lot really I can say about Llandegna without constantly repeating myself about the ghost, etc. So I'll keep quiet about that, and we'll just enjoy the ride for a bit. The weather's a bit cool, to be honest, and not the driest. Roads are damp, but I don't know, might brighten up. I might go down to Bala, see how the roads are and see how the weather turns out. Bala is a natural lake that's been turned into a reservoir in North Wales. I think it's in just within the Snowdonia National Park. I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's around there, like around Snowdonia, which I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the hills in front of us, over there somewhere, there to the right, under the cloud, I think you can just about make out Snowdon. At least I can, but I don't think it shows up on the camera. So yeah, that's the aim for today. But looking at the weather, looking at the clouds, and it's gone so much colder, quite high here over on Llandegna. It is quite high. We're not a million miles from the fairly famous Ponderosa Calf. That's just down the road from here. So, as you know, if you've been there, that is pretty high up. So, yeah, I'm going very slow, I know, but I've got the tyre on the road's wet, and I hate this corner. It is my nemesis. I don't know what it is, downhill right-hander, and I just hate it. Yeah, so that's it. We are quite high up. Nice little road round here. When you've got a tyre on that's not brand new, it's quite entertaining, except of course for the average speed cameras. But if you've done any riding or driving round North Wales, you will know that now just about everywhere in North Wales is average speed cameras. Safety or money making depends on your view, I suppose. I don't know I wouldn't like to. I haven't really got an opinion on it. I'm not. I'm not a speed king, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But there are, in all fairness, places, especially along the next road. We go down here now. We go into the village of Llandegna, and we go straight on, as if we're going up to the Ponderosa, and then we take the Corwin Road. But up there are places where you could definitely do comfortably and safely do quite a bit over your 50. So, as I say, whether it is safety or whether it's fundraising, I know North Wales Police have got a big thing with motorcyclists. I'm not saying they don't like them, but whether it's because some of the motorcyclists that come here are absolute knobs, and that's not my words, that's, I think, is the police's view. Whether it's that or whether it's that the chief constable genuinely doesn't like bikers, I don't know. But they do seem to have a bit of a downer on motorcyclists. Right, so here we are now. We've got traffic lights into the village of Llandegna. That used to be a very nice pub called the Cherry Pie, was it? Or the Cherry Orchard? Cherry Summer. But now it's like a holiday cottage. So now we're in a 40 now. We've come out of the 50 into a 30, then into a 40. Now we're going back into the 50, and just to let you know, they bunged the average speed camera right there, pointing towards us, but we haven't got a number plate on the front, so basically we don't care. Right, so we go down here now and then head towards Corwin. So I'm not sure what road we're on, but we're going onto the A5104 Corwin Road. If you want to go to the Ponderosa from here, you take the first on the left for the Ponderosa. Straight on is Corwin, and if you want to go to the Nanty Garth, again, if you have a rummage through my channel, you'll find a video on Nanty Garth, and you probably realise that I am a very slow rider after all. But if you have a look there, Nanty Garth is a very twisty little pass, the Nanty Garth Pass. So yeah, a bit of fun going through there. Again, in the winter it can be a bit dodgy. There's a lot of leaves on the road down there, very damp down there. Don't think I'll be doing it today. If I end up at Bala, I definitely won't be doing it today, but we'll see how it goes. Very, very windy now. We're quite high up on the Corwin Road, but this is a nice road, lovely, lovely scenery. So what I'm going to do, the plan was to turn the camera on and off because obviously it's a new toy to me, but I think at the moment I'm just going to let it run because this is such a nice road. So just enjoy the scenery for a little while. Not many bikers out today. I don't think I've probably seen one today so far. But it's Monday, so I suppose normal people have to work for a living. Not all retired like me. we're getting to the point now where I've just switched on the heated grips. Could do with a heated seat as well. Going into a 40 now, as you noticed probably there was the old camera stuck there. Look, see how that goes now, because it should be over the glove, not under the glove. Gonna have to do something with that, aren't I? Gonna have to invent something. Well, as it's going to be a stream of traffic, I think we'll just knock off the camera until we're either in a position to pass them or we've got past them. Well, we've got past the truck, which, as you can probably see in my mirror, it was a good choice because we got to a hilly bit and he's dropped back, and the cars in front for some reason have picked up speed now, so not too bad. I was going to turn the camera on for the overtake of the truck, but not quite so proficient yet at pressing remote controls and overtaking at the same time, so I didn't bother. I thought living was more important. Roads, as you can see, are drying out nicely now, so everybody seems to be getting a bit of a spurt on. It's a 50 mile an hour speed limit with average speed cameras, and everybody seems to be doing it now. I don't know why there wasn't before. It was as if the truck was magnetically pulling them back. In fact, he was doing 60 then, so I don't know what was going on before. Anyway, we're just now, I think, approaching Corwin. What can I tell you about Corwin? Right, it's a small Welsh village, Corwin is, and it's the place where the last genuine Prince of Wales came from. I can't remember his name, but he was the last Welsh Prince of Wales. As you probably know now, we have, like at the moment, we got Betty's son is the Prince of Wales, and I don't know who will take over from him. One of the other offsprings will take over from him, but they're all English anyway. So the last Welsh Prince of Wales came from Corwin. The actual village of Corwin is down there to the left. One day I'll go down there and I'll look up my Corwin history, and I'll go down there and we'll do a little vlog on Corwin. Bit of a dodgy road this. I nearly got wiped out on that bend, that junction, not so long ago. Some kind. What the why do that, you knobs? Why let him past, you stupid man? I hate these. When they're cutting the hedges, I hate it, because all you need is one of those thorns in your tyre, isn't it? It's another 160 bloody quid. What was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted by knobhead in front? Oh yeah, Corwin. I'll do a little vlog on Corwin and the history of it. I'm sure you're all really interested. Right, we're coming now to a T-junction where it's right for Betsy Coed. Nice place. Betsy Coed, small Welsh village. I've been to Betsy, and again, rummage round in the channel there, you'll find a video of me going to Betsy and explaining what it's all about. Betsy Coed, translated from Welsh into English, is church in the wood, I think. I'm sure that's what it is. And the church is still there. Some of the trees around the church, I believe, are like 500-600 years old. The church is obviously of a similar age, if not older. So yeah, very interesting place, nice place, very popular with bikers because of the road on the way there, very twisty and turny. But I don't think we'll be going there today. I think we'll just pop down to Bala, which is only 10 miles away. Betsy is 21. It is my birthday and I think I should spend the bulk of my time at home with the wife and the dog. So yeah, just go to Bala and have a coffee. It was just, today's ride was just testing this camera, and as I say, I'm going to be so miffed if I get home and find out that the mic's not been working and I've been chatting to myself all this way. Anyway, right, this is a bit boring now, so off we go. So we are now at the traffic lights at the turning for Bala. This is a lovely road, but unfortunately we've got another truck in front of us. That's the trouble with coming out on a weekday, isn't it? You get the heavies out. We don't normally get a lot of trucks coming down here, but it's I don't know, a laundry truck or something. So I suppose he'll be going all the way down to the village. So we're going to need to get past the bugger, but the trouble is we've got two cars in front of us before we get to the truck, so it mightn't be quite that easy. Brought my camera with me today, not the camera I'm talking into now, my 35mm camera. I carry it most times when I go out on the bike with the hope of a few nice shots, and I don't think I've ever used it. I pack it up in the back in the top box, and I get home and then I remember, oh bloody hell, why didn't I use the camera? I think you get that involved in the riding, don't you, that you just although you glimpse at the countryside and you think, ooh, that's a nice view, you never actually think, oh, and I tell you what, I'll pull over and take a shot of that. I mean, look at that there, that church, the old chapel, isn't it? What a fantastic picture that take. But where would I park? Would the garage mind? I wonder if I pulled up on his forecourt. I might do that on the way back, actually. We'll be coming back this way, so I might do that. Big black cloud there on the left. I hope it doesn't start bloody raining now. 50 miles from home, it's just what we want. Right, we're now in the de-restricted, no, it's not de-restricted, the national speed limit. There you go, I'm giving my age away now by calling it de-restricted. That's what it used to be called when you could do whatever bloody speed you wanted back in the day. But as you can see from the twisters, there's not a lot of chance. Jesus Christ, did you see that then? That's that tyre, isn't it? Bit damp, slippy tyre. Yeah, there's not a lot of chance of getting past, is there? I will leave the camera running just for a little bit longer. Not that it's overly entertaining on the bends at this speed, but just in case I get a chance to pass these buggers in front. But look at it, it is, isn't it, a nice road. It really is a nice road. I always think, you know, when I come down these, it's an A road. This, by the way, it's not like some little B road stuck away at the back of somewhere. But I always think what it must have been like back in the day before the car, when people used to live out here at Bala, and I've come from Chester this morning, or just outside Chester, and if they wanted to go to Chester or Wrexham, there's another big town close by, but I think Chester is the nearest city. But if they wanted to go there, it was a couple of days trek on a bloody horse and cart, wasn't it? And if you didn't own a horse, if you was one of the hang on, are we going to get a chance off this phone? If you was one of the poorer agricultural workers and you didn't possess a horse, you wouldn't. Walking would be your only way of getting round. Then you wouldn't have left the village, would you? You just wouldn't have gone anywhere. Very blowy though. It is very blowy. What's this now? Now I can see a solid white line up ahead, so I'm not going to get past it. Really, I suppose what I should have done was stopped at that church and taken a few photographs. It would have given these buggers a chance to get out of the way, wouldn't it? Stayed here in a little cottage once, can't pronounce it. Just outside Bala now, we're almost into the village. It gets quite twisty from here on in. Again, it's very, very popular with bikers, this road, for obvious reasons. Obviously better in the summer when it's dry and there's no heavies on the road. This is quite a twisty bit now. That where the back let go before, when it stepped out a little bit, just on the bloody straight, really made me a bit nervous on the bends, I can tell you. But we've got 54 miles up on the tyre, so I'm guessing that about halfway there, it's running it in, surely. I know it's still a bit damp underfoot, but it shouldn't be that bad now. Just trying to get some heat into it, isn't it? Getting the tyre. Oh, look at this. We've got a cement mixer now. We've no chance whatsoever of passing any of these. Have we? Cement mixer as well. So here we are now. We're just coming into Bala. Everybody's turning right. Why couldn't you done that before, you buggers? Just coming into the village of Bala, straight on for Dolgelly. I don't know where they're all going. Still, we don't care as long as they're out of the way. So this is it. This is the town, not a village. It's a town of Bala. Beautiful little place. As I say, I stayed here, not far from here, twice in the caravan and once in a cottage, and a lot of the residents, an awful lot of the residents and the shopkeepers, etc., are Welsh speaking. So you do feel as if you're miles from home, and in actual fact, it's only. Well, it's reading 57 on the speedo, but I've set that to see how many miles I've done on the tyre. So it's 37 miles from my house, which is alright. The house is in Wales, but it's only just over the border. So call it, say, it's 40 miles from England, and the majority are Welsh speakers. I don't know whether that impressed you as much as it impressed me, but still, there you go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get down here through the town, to the lake, reservoir, whatever you want to call it. Look at the petrol station on the pavement. How many times do you see that? You don't see that very often, do you? That would have been the old cinema, I'm guessing. The police and ambulance station. Got it all here, haven't they? So yeah, we're going down to the lake, get ourselves a coffee from one of the nicest cafes. Well, it's not. It's not fantastic. What I mean when I say that, I came here once, and with it being a bit sort of isolated in Wales, like in it back of beyond, I came in. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, so they couldn't use the chip and pin card. And God, it looks a bit dry, the lake. They couldn't use the chip and pin card, but anyway, it was cash only, and I had no cash. So the lady who didn't know me from Adam said, "Don't worry, love, pay me next time you're passing." How nice is that? Eh? That really is nice, isn't it? So now we are going to turn round. We've had our coffee and biscuit, and we're going to head home. I'll probably go home the same way as we came, so it ain't going to be anything too exciting. So I'll sign off now. If you did enjoy it, any part of the video at all, just give us a like at the bottom, because it really helps the channel.